Hernandez joins us live from Solano County, where people are getting very little time to adjust to this new reality. And Jody, we've been in this reality for 2 days and we're still adjusting.
Yeah, it hit really fast here. Now, many people here in Solano County have still been venturing out and about, but today, Solano County joined the rest of the Bay Area, ordering everyone to shelter at home. Now, that alert came out just about an hour and a half ago. This is the alert people got on their phones. That's what I got. I live in Solano County. The order was also posted to Facebook. Now, the Solano County Health Officer, Bela Makyash, told me just on Monday that he didn't plan on issuing a shelter-in-place order, but today he had a change of heart. He told me because of the growing public concern. The shelter-at-home order prohibits gatherings unless people can maintain a 6-foot distance. It reiterates the state directives ordering bars and movie theaters to close and allowing restaurants to do takeout and delivery only. Now, everybody that we checked in with today said they believe that this order is needed.
I do think it's necessary. As for like a virus, you know, it spreads by contact, and so hopefully with folks staying at home, it'll help stop the spread.
I think it's good. I mean, I think if we're going to, get the coronavirus under control, that we need to do that.
I think it's really important to stop the spread of coronavirus because it could just get so much worse, but I think people are going to get bored and stir crazy.
And we're back here live where you can see some of the restaurants are open only for takeout here. Now, this shelter-at-home order goes into effect immediately. It's in effect right now and will last through April 7th. The health officer says that Solano County takes this health crisis very seriously and expects everybody in the community to adhere to the order. Reporting live in Vallejo, I'm Jody Hernandez, NBC Bay Area News.
Jody, thank you. An important milestone to pass along to you from China. Doctors there reported no new local cases. Now, this is the first time since the virus outbreak began 3 months ago. In other words, the only new cases in China were patients who brought the virus from outside of China. So no new local cases. The New York Times calls it a big turnaround for the Chinese government, which was accused of mismanaging the outbreak in its early days. Now, China was able to limit the spread of the virus by issuing severe restrictions to hundreds of millions of people. Back here at home, Santa Clara County and San Mateo County saw a big boost in their ability to test for coronavirus. After 2 days of limited testing, Verily, that's the company connected to Google, ramped up its drive-through testing at the Santa Clara County and San Mateo County fairgrounds. Governor Newsom said at 3 Bay Area sites there were only 30 tests done on Monday, but as of today, they're expecting about 400 tests each day at each site. Now, Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors President Cindy Chavez believes the sites can now handle a faster pace.
It was a pilot. It's not something they've done before, and I think they seem to have been really responsive to learning while they're doing and really working all the kinks out of their system.
So we are seeing progress on the ground level here. Verily declined our request for an interview, but said in a statement that it is already talking to local governments to find locations for more drive-through testing sites.
Well, the standoff is over between Tesla's CEO Elon Musk and the sheriff, and Musk lost. He wanted to keep his factory open completely during the shelter in place, but employees were worried about getting sick, and the sheriff agreed with them. Our business and tech reporter Scott Budman spoke to one of those employees. He joins us outside the factory in Fremont with more on the terms of this agreement. Scott.
Well, Janelle, this all started when the Alameda County sheriffs told Tesla its employees were non-essential and therefore they should stay home. Elon Musk said, if you are feeling sick, stay home, but he was going to come to the factory, and some here say they were pressured to follow. With a parking lot full of cars, Tesla's factory was, according to employees, humming with activity. And that worried someone we spoke to who said he was on the assembly line. He spoke to us under condition of anonymity, and we altered his voice.
I would not be here if it were my honest choice, and I didn't feel forced to use my PTO that I've saved up for so long.
The Alameda County Sheriff's Office said it told Tesla and CEO Elon Musk earlier in the week that only essential employees should be going to work because of coronavirus concerns.
They are still producing cars, and we are still advising them that they need to go to basic minimal operations.
The assembly line worker says, in his opinion, Tesla is putting profits before health.
I've got managers and supervisors coming out and talking within 2 to 3 feet of my face, and then turning around and telling people to keep distance from one another. It's quite unsettling.
In this situation, we're obviously dealing with this virus, and we're very concerned about the spread of the virus.
And as of this evening, the Sheriff's Department saying they've reached an agreement with Tesla. Tesla can keep the factory open, but instead of the typical 10,000 person staff working inside, they would keep that number down to about 2,500. Live in Fremont, Scott Budman, NBC, Bay Area News.
Scott, thank you. So what are you going to do now with your money? And if you're planning or running out of money, what are your options here? Today, stocks tumbled more than 5%. That wipes out virtually all the gains for the Dow Jones since President Trump's inauguration 3 years ago. The Dow closed down more than 1,300 points to under 20,000. Also notable today, the New York Stock Exchange will temporarily close its iconic trading floor in Lower Manhattan and move to all electronic trading beginning Monday. And that leads us just to a lot of anxiety in the community about paying our bills and just managing our investments. Let's bring in now Mark Johnson. He's a financial advisor and founder of Wealth Architect in Mountain View. Mark has been a financial planner for more than 25 years and joins us now from his home in the Silicon Valley. Mark, thank you for your time. I got to imagine that your clients and just maybe neighbors and friends are bombarding you with questions about how to handle all of this.
Nice to be with you, Raj. It's definitely a challenging time for everybody on many elements. I think this is one of those unique circumstances where it affects us on all elements of our well-being, from not only just our health, but how we feel about our family and friends, their health, the community at large, and just our jobs and careers. So we're just trying to communicate one-on-one with everyone right now. Each person is in a different situation, has different concerns, and just trying to meet them where they are and understand what's impacting them at this moment.
And Mark, could you give us some guidance? For example, just a household income for a family of maybe 100 to 150,000 families that are just going paycheck to paycheck here. What's some guidance for them coming from your point of view?
Sure. I think the most important thing right now is just to, if it's possible, to build up a cash cushion to get through the coming months. This has obviously come quickly and severely, but if there's an opportunity to be reducing expenses or building up some cash in something that's a safe place to be, like a bank account or a money market, that would be really critical. I think secondly is just really paying attention to what the government is doing. They've already announced that we have the ability to defer any tax payments for an additional 90 days, which should help keep some cash in folks' pockets. And then just paying attention to what they're potentially going to do, and if you qualify for assistance. I think the final thing is if folks do have any kind of debt, if there's a mortgage, there may be the opportunity to potentially refinance or reduce high interest rate debts to try and build some credit facilities to weather the times that are coming up.
Yeah, that is good guidance. We know just Governor Newsom about an hour ago saying that they are really working with utility companies, for example, PG&E, where if you can't pay your bills that you won't have to, you won't get penalized. Also, you won't be evicted if you can't pay your rent for the next couple of months. What about the higher income people that have 401ks, people that have stock options? We're all told don't look at your 401k, but we're big boys and girls here. We're looking at our numbers here, and it's not good. What do we do in that case?
Well, that's actually good advice, to probably not ride the roller coaster every day. Looking at your account isn't going to necessarily make it go up. It's probably just going to make you more emotional about it. But I would say, the same advice goes for number one, which is just making sure that you've got the appropriate cash reserves, money in a safe place to ride through what we need to ride through. We don't know how long it will take. Hopefully it's shorter than everyone anticipates, but we just need to make sure we've got safe things to access our money. The second is just, I think, is really to maintain perspective that we should have two different buckets of money, those things that we need for the short term to get through the next couple of years. And those should be in safe investments like stocks, or I'm sorry, not stocks, in cash or in bonds. And then I think we need to just maintain really a faith that markets work, and think about that second bucket, which is our longer term money, that we have to have faith that markets do work. We have to have the patience to ride this out. And again, paying attention to it on a daily basis is probably just going to lead to a more emotional response. And I think finally is just the discipline to keep investing. When we do historically go into bear markets, when we look back in retrospect, they look like great opportunities to buy some of the best businesses in the world. And I think when we look back on this, we'll probably see the same thing. But it is certainly challenging to ride that roller coaster on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, historically, we will bounce back, but the question is when we do that. Mark Johnson, thank you for joining us from the Peninsula with Welk Architects there in Mountain View. Up next here at 7. Thank you. Up next here at 7 o'clock, checking in on the wine country. We're going to talk with Catherine Hall from Hall Winery to get a beat on what's happening with business and her point of view in Napa and Sonoma counties.
Your home, your biggest asset and your biggest liability. I'm consumer investigator Chris Kimura. How to save your home if the virus puts you out of work. That's next.
So what happens if we suddenly can't pay our monthly mortgage? Let's bring in our consumer investigator, Chris Kimura. Well, Chris, we just talked to Mark Johnson, the financial planner, said, talk with your banks or listen to what governments are saying. Is there a chance we could be forgiven here and not pay our mortgage come April 1?
I wouldn't use the word forgiven, but I think delay will actually work. Don't despair first, and I'm going to show you how you need to take action. If you can't pay your mortgage, it is possible you have options. Bankrate, which actually keeps an eye on the financial sector, says mortgage companies are already taking quick steps.
Now more than ever, lenders are proactively reaching out to customers, letting them know that they will work with them, that they have different programs available.
Yeah, some of the country's biggest banks confirmed that for us today. Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo all told us they are encouraging customers to pick up the phone. Now, we know during the 2008 foreclosure crisis, many people quietly stopped paying their home loans, and that was a huge mistake. Starting the conversation early puts you on record and could open the door to what's called forbearance. What is forbearance? It is bank lingo for either a temporary lower payment or a temporary pause in payments. Forbearance is traditionally reserved for hardships, just like this. The determination, however, is usually made on a case-by-case basis, so I can't stand here and tell you the criteria for who gets it and who doesn't. You'll have to call in. A key point here, forbearance is not debt forgiveness.
And you still will have to repay the money, but they basically call a timeout from having to make those monthly payments, particularly if you're in some form of financial distress.
Yeah, so it is crucial to understand early on how and when you'll be able to make those reduced or delayed payments. You'll need to ask questions. Are there penalties, fees? Is there interest? It is going to get complicated, but you can get through it and save your home. We recommend starting with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's webpage about forbearance. They take it slow, and it's actually pretty easy to understand. We just posted a link to it. Go to NBCBayArea.com, then click Responds from the main menu. Janelle?
Okay, good info. Thanks so much, Chris. Well, as we've been reporting, Napa County shelter in place will begin this Friday. Wine country will be deeply affected. Joining now is Catherine Hall from Hall Wines. Her family's been in the wine business for 50 years. Catherine also has vineyards in Rutherford and St. Helena. So, Catherine, Napa County just joined this order. What does this mean now for your wine tasting room? Is it going to close? What's going to happen there?
Well, the wine tasting room, winery tasting rooms closed as of Monday because the governor gave us a directive that we need to close the tasting rooms. This new order is not going to affect that. We've already had plenty of effect, unfortunately. I mean, having the tasting room closed is quite a hardship, but our production is going to still be able to continue.
Okay, so that's considered essential. People will still be there, some of your employees?
Our employees will still be there working, but we won't be dealing with the public at the winery. So we can't do any tastings and greet people like we normally do.
I think I heard that you're going to get creative, maybe something called the digital sip-ups or something?
Well, we're planning on that. You know, we figure people are going to want to continue to drink great wine. I mean, and maybe now more than ever. So we've got some programs in place where we're going to do some wine tastings with a winemaker talking about the wines, or I'll do some videos as well, and then we'll invite people to purchase some wine and then just join us for a wine tasting.
Oh, that would be very fun to do that virtually. Catherine, I know it's been a difficult, I guess, would you say, more than several years. You've had a fire, earthquake in Napa. We've had the wildfires. You guys have been affected by the PG&E shutoffs. How are you and other wineries holding up during this time? I mean, how are you guys adjusting to all this? And now this shelter-in-place order.
We are adjusting, and it's been hard on the wineries. It's also been very hard on our employees who have to, like all of us, when we are dealing with businesses and jobs, and are they going to continue? So there's a lot of uncertainty that's really pretty scary right now. But as an industry, we really come together here in Napa Valley when we have crises. And I think on top of that, we're used to dealing with things that we can't control. When you're in the business of agriculture, you have to deal with Mother Nature every single year.
I know, but businesses have to adjust to all these hardships. How are you guys doing? I mean, you're one of the most famous and well-known vineyards, so you guys can stay afloat longer, but how is this hurting like the smaller businesses and the smaller wineries?
Oh, I think it's hurting all of us of every size. And when most of us here in Napa Valley rely heavily on visitor trade and purchases that are done at the winery and done directly from us. And so when we can't have that part of our operation open, it really is a hardship on the business, and it's a big hardship on the employees who can't come to work.
So how are you going to make this adjustment, not only for your employees? What do they have to do? Do they have to go file for unemployment? How are you going to keep business going? We can't go and visit you anymore to, buy your wine. So,
well, online, you can visit us online, but yeah, that's right. So I think what we'll do, we're taking it one day at a time. We're figuring out the best we know how to do. We've got some programs in place that our employees are taking advantage of. One of them is a program that we've had for many years, where our employees can work 40 hours a year in a nonprofit, a charitable organization in the Valley, and they'll get full pay while they do that. So a lot of our employees are taking advantage of it. This week we've been flooding the Napa Food Bank with our employees, which has really been a wonderful thing for our employees as well as for the food bank.
Okay, Catherine Hall with Hall Wines. We've known about you for so long. You're also a community activist, and we've spoken to you as a politician when you were the ambassador to Austria in 1997, appointed by President Clinton. So we appreciate your insight. We will support you, of course, in the coming weeks, and we look forward to those possible sip-ups coming soon.
Thank you. I look forward to sharing them with you.
Thanks so much, Catherine, for joining us. A lot, Raj, going to be affected, and we know Bottle Rock is supposed to be coming up too, and that's now delayed.
Yeah, speaking of Napa Valley here, the highlight of the Bay Area music calendar, at least one of the highlights, Bottle Rock is changing its dates. Instead of May, it's going to happen in October. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stevie Nicks, and Miley Cyrus are among the headliners. Here's some good news, though. All of the musical acts have agreed to take part in the festival on its new dates, which is now expected to be early October, October 2nd through October 4th. So a lot of people changing their plans, but Bottle Rock in early October.
Our own Jessica Aguirre had to change her plans. She made a mad dash to pick up her daughter from college. She joins us next. She's going to tell us about her long day journey.
Well, most of us aren't really trained to homeschool our kids, but it's going to start happening, at least to a certain degree. This is a stressful time and challenging time for so many families, and not just the high school and elementary students, but the college kids as well. As we stagger our staff, let's bring in NBC Bay Area's Jessica Aguirre, working from home, talking about a little college road trip for you, Jessica.
Yeah, to your alma mater, Raj. Total college road trip. You know, for the last week or so, I've been kind of watching the situation with COVID-19 unfold, kind of talking to my daughter down in San Diego at school. She's a freshman, trying to figure out when we were going to bring her home with her classes, when they would end. And every day, everything was changing. And then just, she was supposed to fly down home this Thursday, which is tomorrow. And yesterday, we did a game time decision. We decided we were going to go get her. So my fiance and I, at 7:30 in the morning, got in the car, drove 7 hours straight to San Diego, got to her dorm at 2:30 in the afternoon, and there was a row of cars outside of other parents picking up their college kids as well. 2 hours, we packed up her dorm, filled with suitcases and boxes and packages and everything, and literally at 4:30 we were back on the road again for another straight 7 hours on the way back home. And you know what was really, it kind of just felt like we were just leaving school, but getting on through Los Angeles and going through and seeing the freeway at 6 o'clock in the afternoon empty, that's when you knew it really hit you that these were extraordinary circumstances.
And as everyone talking about at San Diego State and all these other various campuses, will there be a little drop-off here? Will some students maybe not even return in the fall? Might they just stay at local community colleges or other schools?
Well, for right now, it seems to me like all the students, you know, are going to just continue their classes online. Isabella's still taking classes, and then next week in earnest, all the teachers will really have up all of their stuff up and running, and they plan to take exams like that, trying to keep them as closely to their schedule as they are right now. If you had a class on Monday at 3 o'clock, that's where they're going to continue to meet so that they can make it all the way through. You know, but a lot of things are being thrown off. You know, today was the deadline to leave the dorms, and the kids that couldn't leave were all being moved to one building. And so all the study abroad programs, those have been canceled. So kids that were planning on doing that next year, there's just a lot of uncertainty for the students, and certainly not the way anyone expected to spend, you know, their college year, especially when you're a freshman. They thought it was going to be all fun, and now it turns out we're dealing with this pandemic. So it's just a lot of things are in flux for the parents and obviously for the students as well.
And we should know most of the schools are offering some sort of rebate or refund or credit for all the kids leaving their dorms and meal programs. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Jessica. We are back in a moment. Stay with us.
Yeah.